So if you want raffle NFTs, send us a DM. Send Wally a DM about it, and we'll get you those raffle NFTs right now. We have several raffles that are ongoing, so you have a chance to win $10 USDC up to $25 USDC in these raffles. This is to kickstart a part of our games and some of our other offerings that we're going to be dropping here today. So to get into it, I'll go through an overview, and I apologize if you guys have heard this before, but go through a brief overview of CryptoLink. We're going to hop into the new updates, which is going to include staking, games and raffles, widgets, minor reservations, and then we're going to have some of our friends, partners, and collaborators come up here on stage to share some alpha on their end. We'll then hop on into a brand reveal on the CryptoLink site, especially on the Twitter. There are 4 different brands that we're showing that have been blanked out, but some of those brands are going to be filled in today, and we're really excited about that. Where those, I'm not going to spill the beans just yet, but it's been something that we've been working on for quite some time now. We'll then get into our business model going forward, a roadmap, and a live staking demonstration, which honestly now, since it's being recorded on Discord, we could probably just do that in the beginning. We'll go ahead and see how the flow of this goes. So for those of you guys who don't know about CryptoLink, we are CryptoLink.tech. My name is Cletus. I'm the COO of CryptoLink. Our main goal as a project is to break down the barriers between the blockchains. We are a cross-chain infrastructure project that seeks to do that with our several B2C and B2B offerings that we have. So to kind of hop into this here, the overall crypto space is plagued with 4 different problems right now, and especially pertaining to bridging, where the speed of bridging transactions sucks, slow. Your first bridging transaction was probably atrocious, and I'd be very surprised if someone has had a good first bridging experience, unless they tried CryptoLink first. Then of course it'd be a fantastic bridging experience. A lot of bridges are costly. They have a lot of hidden fees in there. If you're going to be trying to send $50 from one chain to another, you can get hit with as high as $5 fees, $7 fees, maybe even $10 fees. So to 20% of your transaction is just eaten away from these hidden fees. And some of them will even tell you, they'll say, oh, we don't charge any fees. But the hidden blockchain that they're running on does charge the fees. So I'm not talking about like blockchain gas fees here. I'm talking about an intermediary blockchain gas fee that these other bridges use, and that kind of ties into the scalability issues. We have other projects out there who claim to be decentralized, that they claim to be completely autonomous, where they have an intermediary blockchain where they go ahead and mint these other tokens, whether that could be stable coins or wrapped tokens that complete other blockchains use. And if there's ever a problem, that could cause severe issues for that entire ecosystem. And that kind of then ties into security. If you've been paying attention on Twitter lately with what's been going on, there is one project out there in particular that has had one of their CEO disappeared somewhere, and some of their nodes now are going down. It doesn't sound too decentralized to me if you are going to have one person missing and the entire thing goes down and it affects all of the crypto space. Just my personal opinion, but it's not decentralized to me. Where on CryptoLink, we strive to eliminate all of those issues. We are instant, cheap, scalable, and secure in a way where users and projects alike can say goodbye to those long bridging times of 15 to 30 minutes, 15 to 60 minutes, possibly days, even 5 minutes. All those, we blow that out of the water with our bridging speeds. We actually scale with the blockchains, where as the blockchains get faster, so do we. We bridge at the speed of blockchain finality. Meaning that, if maybe some blockchain were to come out with a point or a 1 nanosecond bridging time, congratulations, so do we. We're instant now. And on here, you can see this nice, amazing graphic that was put together here. You'll see several of the chains that CryptoLink is connected to or will be connected to in the very short future here. You see Gauss, you see Phantom, Polygon, and some other ones at the bottom, Ethereum and Arbitrum. And I guess this is a good time to announce this right now. We're going to be heading to both Ethereum and Arbitrum. Arbitrum here first by opening up bridge miner reservations within this next week. So if you are interested in supporting the CryptoLink ecosystem while also earning a percentage of rewards back for all cross-chain swaps, want to get involved in this, it's on a first come first serve basis for Arbitrum. So get ready. This is going to be stealth launched. So pay attention to the Discord, pay attention to what's going on, and we'll maybe in the general chat, Atlas will leak some hints as to when that's going to be released. But get ready for Arbitrum. It's on the way. We also have some we have a DEX on Arbitrum that we're going to be depositing liquidity to at first. So they're throwing a big welcome party for us. Really excited about that. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be another chain expansion that we're going to be going to, along with Ethereum, Gauss, and if anyone knows about Pulse Chain, cool, maybe. Send us some gas on Pulse Chain or any other chain that you want us to go to, and we'll go ahead and set that up and set up the miner reservation for that as well. So actually, I'm not going to go to that slide. Now I'm going to go bring up the staking, actually. I was prepared for a Twitter presentation here, so give me a second. Pull up everything so you can see it live. Okay. Assuming that everyone can still see my screen. Now, I'm going to be getting into the new updates for the CryptoLink ecosystem that are going live today, and then we'll go ahead and give updates onto the things that will be releasing imminently in the near future. So the first thing that I wanted to discuss is staking. If you go to our website, cryptolink.tech, you will see that the deprecated pools have been eliminated, and there is a new staking option where you can go ahead and stake on our site. You click this plus button here for staking. Awesome. And then you can deposit LP for a certain locking period, where the longer that you lock, the more rewards that you will get. Now, for right now, the APR does say 0. This is just because the timing of the first epoch hasn't started yet, or it's ongoing. It needs to be fully completed before this is updated, but this is not going to be 0. This is going to be some value that's a lot higher than that. You'll be pretty surprised when you see it at first, and all these rewards are going to be in blockchain native gas coins. So no matter what chain you're on, you're going to be getting these rewards here. This staking is also going to be live for the bridge miners as well. So if you're a bridge miner or if you are a fractionalized miner, these rewards will be for you. But there's going to be a special page for bridge miners to go ahead and stake into to reserve their bridge miner spot while also receiving rewards from our V2 infrastructure. Now, I guess I'll pause right here and see if anyone has any questions about staking. You can go ahead and send that to the AMA questions tab.
If we are not friends on Discord and you're trying to send me your wallet address for raffle tickets, just shoot me a friend request. I just cleaned out my entire friend request inbox. That was like 50 scam accounts long, so I just cleaned it out so I could find you easier. So just shoot me a friend request so I can put you in DMs.
Perfect. Okay, doesn't look like any questions have came in, so maybe that means that I've explained that very well.
Retweet our tweet too, please.
Sleeping. I think I'm going to go with the fact that it was explained well instead of everyone sleeping. So I don't think everyone's sleeping. Okay, so moving on, games and raffles. This is something else that is released live. It's live right now, where we go to the chain that they're actually live on. We have several games on the Binance Smart Chain. Oh, what is this? We'll talk about this one in a second. Where if you have a raffle ticket, this is what I was talking about with those raffle tickets. If you have one, awesome, because you can deposit your raffle ticket into these games and earn whatever prize is listed for it. So if you have a raffle ticket, awesome, you can deposit that. The more raffle tickets that you have, the higher your chance of winning. This is all RNG, random number generated, so a winner will be chosen randomly, and then they can go ahead and, Atlas, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it will show up in my winnings where they can then claim their prize. Now,
also, just to clarify real quick, I'm sending you raffle tickets that you then do need to stake into the game. So this is giving you the opportunity to enter into the game, but I'm not entering you into a specific game. You're going to have to take that raffle ticket and then go enter it into a game. So if you just go and click enter, it'll read it that you have the raffle ticket in your wallet. It should be good.
Awesome. Yep. Thanks, Wally. So to move on, well, I guess first, if anyone has any questions, let us know. I missed how do we get raffle tickets? My sound went. To get raffle tickets, those can be dropped to anybody for any type of event. If you want to send your wallet address right now, because everyone's hanging out here in Discord and
preferably,
made that
yes.
switch, send your wallet address to Wally, and we'll go ahead and drop you a raffle ticket right now.
Also, it does cost me. I have to spend gas every time I send a raffle ticket, so I'm trying to do it in batches. So the more people that send them at once, the better, actually. So just bombard me with your wallet IDs.
And yeah, we'll put you in for these different raffles. If you get maybe 4 tickets, if you accumulate 4 tickets, awesome. You can put 2 in here, 2 in another one, and maybe 2 in the $25 USDC one.
Are we giving out 1 ticket per wallet right now? That's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Right now, let's give out 1 ticket per wallet, and then towards the end, we will also give out more. So
I'm just accumulating a list, guys. So just keep sending them. I can add them in. It kind of adds them in for me as I go, and then I can just send all at one time. So just keep sending them.
And another game that's besides for the raffle is called Stake Off, where the way that it's based is a last stake standing, a king of the hill type game that it rewards those who stake the longest. So if you're the last person staking and whatever the prize is, awesome, you win that prize. Currently, we're going to be, soon we're going to have those live for USDC, CCC NFTs, and it looks like this Oburn one, and I'll let Cyril touch on this in a little bit here. I believe this is a stake off. Yep, this is a stake off. So the way that this would work, I'll hop into it now as we're talking about it. The way that it will work is that you stake Oburn to this entry here, and you win one of the Oburn NFTs from it. So the last person staking wins that prize. All right, so let's move on to widgets. Just have an update without an actual. Actually, here we will go to something. So this is our any-to-any alpha. This is being integrated right now with RBX. And it's going to be dressed up a little bit more on the UI side of things, but the way that the widgets are going to work, and so for some of you guys who have been paying attention, you might already know this, but there's going to be 2 different types of widgets. The first one is with RBX. They are working to integrate us as we speak. They had some small delays where it couldn't be done today. We were hoping it could be, but it's going to be within this next upcoming week. As soon as possible, this will be out and live, and this is how it's one of the main reasons how CryptoLink will be generating revenue here. So this swap will be able to make it so anyone can swap any token from any chain that CryptoLink is on. At first, it's going to be on the RBX widget, but then this is pretty cool. We met up with a developer that is going to help us expedite our process for the CryptoLink branded the CryptoLink branded widget, where time scale for that is going to be accelerated greatly. It's actually being worked on right now. So within the next week or two, we hope to have the CryptoLink widget out as well, to be able to drive volume both through, if people are using the RBX widget, awesome. But for the CryptoLink widget, in my opinion, it's going to be even better, because you can now fully customize this widget to be able to put your own branding on it. So if you're another project and you want to move the swap area around, you want to have your logo on there, you want to have different types of customizations, you can do that with the CryptoLink V2 widget that's going to be released very, very shortly. So next is the miner reservations. I think I already touched on this, where that's going to be stealth launched this weekend, where the first chains that we're going to be going to are Arbitrum, and then shortly after that, Ethereum, possibly Pulse, possibly any other chain that you want us to go to. The way that we're going to be enabling these miner reservations is just through community sentiment. So let us know if we don't have any gas on that chain, and you are a veteran on some random chain that it's might be pretty siloed. Let us know. Send us some gas on that chain, and we'll start up the miner reservations for that chain as well. So now, Wally, I'm going to pass on over to you to bring up some of our friends, partners, and collaborations up here on stage and drop some alpha of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 second. I'm sorry. People are sending me wallet addresses. I'm kind of all over the place at the moment. But yeah, so I guess, is Gary up on stage?
No, but he can be.
Let's bring Gary up on stage. So we're going to bring Gary up on stage. Everybody, if you're not familiar with Gary is the CEO and co-founder of Goss Blockchain. Goss is one of our near and dear partners to our hearts. We love those guys over there, and they're building an incredible blockchain, and they have quite a few things going on in their realm right now. They just had some exciting stuff happen. So I'm going to give Gary the floor to give some updates there, but I will let everybody know I have some fun Wally stuff to disclose after all of our partners go. So hang out, listen to what they have to say, give them your full attention, and find out what they're doing, and then I get to release more fun stuff after. So Gary, stage is yours, brother.
Well, damn, I was just here to hear the fun Wally stuff, but all right.
Yeah, right. Give us an update. How did the ICO go? Tell us a little bit about what went on over at LCX, and give our community a little inside look at what's going on over there.
Yeah. So we're still having our token sale. The public sale is right around the corner. We have over 125,000 signups for it. Really excited about that, and proud of what we've done thus far to get there. Ours is actually the first regulatory compliant chain native token sale in Europe. So that's kind of a big deal for us. Proud of that. We have a bunch of contests running, and a couple ad campaigns to help promote the public sale. We have a couple more that are launching right now. There's one for 105,000 total in prizes with Gleam. We have a couple Zeely campaigns that are going to be kicking off. All of that stuff's pretty cool. And because of that, the alpha that I can drop today is that we're going to be doing a limited sale of our NFTs next week for new members of the community, because they want those extra perks for the contest and things like that. So lots of stuff going on, but
it's very exciting.
Yeah. Not nearly as cool as your updates. You guys have all sorts of brand rollouts. I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah, that's coming. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, everybody, that's Gary from Goss. Gary's the man. And if you're not in the Goss Discord at this point, but you're in ours, it's crazy to me. Please go join their Discord, follow what they're doing. They are definitely some of our closest partners and best friends in the space. So go support them, because supporting Goss is supporting CryptoLink. Gary, thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. It looks like Cyril's already up on stage. So, Cyril, take it away, man. I know you got some things going on in Only Burns that you want to talk about. Maybe drop some updates, maybe a little alpha if you have it, but everybody here has to know Cyril. I shouldn't have to introduce Cyril.
There we go. Sorry, I had to fix the recording audio. I had it set to ignore my mic input, and so it wouldn't have caught me on the recording. Thanks for having me, guys. How you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Everybody saying, doing great, Cyril.
Well, as you guys saw on when Cletus was given his little look through here on the staking games, we're gonna be.
Go ahead and bring it back.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I saw that the first one was on there, but there's going to be a total of 3 of them. So, as you can see, you're going to be able to, we're going to have a little stake off just as some fun, where you'll be able to stake 5 million OBurn, and then the last person who has their token staked gets a free tier 1 NFT. We're doing that for all 3 of the NFT tiers, and so be sure to check that out on the CryptoLink website, and of course we'll put together a little announcement about that. We do have an active proposal going on in our community. Be sure to check that out as well. It's in regards to a pivot shift, where instead of focusing on burn wars, we're going to focus on bringing out the Tinder staking pool for real yield. We're looking to grow the treasury via the NFT sales and treasury management to 150K, at which point we'll be able to fire up the Tinder earn pool, and that's going to be really awesome for everybody involved, as you'll be able to start earning real BUSD with your OBurn. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about how that's all going to work. You can always check out the Discord for more. Now, the other question, the actual alpha that I was going to talk about, I don't know as if you guys have gotten to that part yet in your little presentation, so I don't want to jump the gun.
Yeah, Wally, this is this would pair nicely with the brand reveals.
Okay, let's do it then. I don't know how to do it since we're not on Twitter. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but you know what I can do?
I could go ahead and share my screen and bring up Twitter.
Why don't you just bring up our 2 new Twitter accounts? So, yeah, so we've been working in the background. Obviously, everybody's always asking us for the last year, what are you guys? Are you B2B? Are you B2C? We have an answer for both. We are both of those things. And we felt we needed to build out separate brands, actually demonstrate how you can build on top of this technology, and also give us some extra utility, right? So Any to Any is its own brand. I definitely would love it if all of you went to this Twitter account and shot it a follow right now. It is officially, it's been live for over a month. I've been keeping it a secret from you guys, but I would definitely appreciate it if you shot Any to Any a follow. It is Any to Any Swap. So at Any to Any Swap, and then it's just its name is anytoany.io. So shoot us a follow on the Any to Any account. This is going to be the #1 spot for Any to Any. CryptoLink we're transitioning kind of more towards the IP and technology ownership sort of deal, and we will be like essentially licensing out the technology to these brands, right? So these are the products you'll be using. And yeah, we're really, really excited. This is a brand we really want to push, far and wide. This is going to be our B2C brand, our user brand. So yeah, we really want this to be the one that pushes far and wide. We got some threads already posted on both the accounts I'm going to show you. So this one is #1, which I'm a big fan of. Obviously, you see, we kind of tried to build in a little bit of a swap looking logo, kept our color schemes. We did keep our colors in both of our new brands, just did it a little bit differently. yeah, I wanted to just convey that message through the branding. So I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope everyone likes it. This will be the aesthetic you're working with on any to any when we drop the actual swap page. I give you a little few sneak peeks into the any to any presentation we just built out in that new thread. So go ahead and give us a little retweet and a like on that pinned thread. That would be super awesome if you guys could do that. And yeah, if you want the any to any presentation, we just drop us an email and we can send that presentation right on over to you. But that's brand number one. Do we want to hold off on brand number two and let Cyril going to talk about brand number two? I jumped the gun, didn't I?
I'm going to talk about brand number two.
Cyril, correct me if I'm wrong. Which one are you talking about? This one or the other one?
I'm going to be talking about the other one.
About the one that starts.
I think he's talking with a P. Yeah, yep. That's what I thought too. So why don't we just click right on over there? So it doesn't stop there. Wally has been working. I do things when I'm hanging out in Mod Pod. Ferret's in here. If you're ever wondering, I do things. Things happen. So this is the other thing I've been building. So we will be launching, and I don't know if have we talked about Paper Decks as what it will be, or is this kind of like the whole shebang? This is the first time people have seen this.
Well, I think this is the first time that people have.
This would be a great time for Atlas to talk about Paper Decks, and then I can talk about the branding of it and stuff like that. But this is the other account I need you all to follow. But this one's going to be big, guys. This is going to be the B2B brand. This is going to be the one that I think is going to really change a lot of things for us here at CryptoLink. And when people see the vision and the light at the end of the tunnel with Paper Decks, I think we're building a truly omnichain blockchain environment, I guess. So with that, let me kick it over to Atlas real quick. Cyril, I don't mean to cut you off because I guess Atlas can just chat about what Paper Decks is going to do and what its purpose will serve. And then we're going to kick it back to Cyril so he can drop some really fun little alpha about what his plans are with Paper Decks.
Atlas, the floor is yours. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Depends on what device he joined the Discord on. Oh, he's gone off the stage. Okay. Bring him back up. Yep, that's the thing. He had to do a little device change, folks. This is what we have to do when Alice is looking at presentations, but we're going to bring him back up. It looks like he's raising his hand.
Yep. I invited him to speak. So
okay.
Coming on up.
Come on, Atlas. Come on.
You invite him again.
Wait on an Atlas message to say that my whole system's crashing on me, which would be super cool. Not at all, but that's all right. If not, I can give a quick brief overview of Paper Decks, give the floor to Cyril, and then when Atlas comes back, he can give the more in-depth view of it, I guess, if that works. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do it that way.
Cool. Yeah, so generally the idea is, I mean, you probably picked it up by now, guys. Again, so please go follow that account as well. Same thing with Any to Any. Again, these are two massive accounts for us. We need to get these pushed out to the masses. This is their big reveal. Let's get them out there. And it looks like Atlas is here to take it away. So Atlas, tell everybody about Paper Decks.
Well, first let's see if you can hear me now.
We can.
Yeah, you're good. You're loud and clear, brother.
Awesome. Okay, great. So Paper Decks, I really don't want to lose too much focus on what we're doing now. Paper Decks, as you'll see towards the end of this presentation, we actually did set out a roadmap. I know previously we've been against roadmaps. We kind of like to build and then release. We built so much, we're releasing so much now that is done. But like I've always said from the beginning of this project, that the vision's much bigger than these components. Once we're done with these components, the V3, once that's completely out, that's really just the start. That allows us to then build the things on top of that technology that really bring out our vision with truly breaking down the barriers between chains. The thing is, we had to build those tools in order to do that. Paper Decks is one of those things that we're now able to build on top of all these tools. And again, I don't want to get into too much focus about what it is, because I don't want to take away from what we're currently releasing, which is in of itself what enables all of this. But Paper Decks will allow a closer integration with with different ecosystems to basically allow people to participate in DeFi, to participate in creating their own protocols much easier than the current state of the world. So it's really a way to allow greater access to the DeFi community from non-devs. And this is coming from a dev. I'm really trying to include everybody here. I know deving is not everybody's expertise, but that's a little bit about PaperDex. We have a little bit more, but again, I don't want to take any focus away from what we're currently releasing.
Perfect. That was a great explanation. And again, we're going to be building this brand out a little bit slower than any. Definitely would appreciate everybody getting the word out there now. And we're definitely open to client meetings about PaperDex right now. It's obviously not here yet, but we wanted to release this brand and get it out there so we can start marketing it and get some of that organic growth that we had with CryptoLink. With that, like I said, if everybody in this room could just do us a massive favor, follow both those accounts, please. It will help CryptoLink immensely. And then if everybody went in and retweeted the pinned tweet on both of those accounts. If you guys all do that, I'll send you another raffle ticket and we'll be on our way. With that, Cyril, come back on up here and tell everybody what you had planned with PaperDex.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who are also in the Only Burns community, as you know, we have
now Discord joining him. This is incredible.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, Gary, you're the best. Appreciate you. So it's not just Twitter today. It's all of technology that wants us to fail miserably.
Can you hear me?
Sarah, why don't you go ahead and leave the stage and we'll invite.
Did.
No, that's definitely user error on Cyril's part.
I would like to believe so too, and I think we all would. But he's gonna have a protest to that, I think.
Well, it's because I'm recording the space, so I've been like muting myself. And setting all that up. And if you mute yourself for a prolonged period of time while you're on stage, it doesn't let you unmute yourself. Weird glitch. Anywho, yes. So for those of you who are in the Only Burns community as well, you understand that we had to launch on Kyoto Swap in order to be able to collect our token taxes in what we are paired to, BUSD. As a result, we haven't gotten a whole lot of support over there in regards to fixing a specific UI bug that makes it very difficult to actually purchase our token for first-time users. So, when PaperDex launches, we will be migrating to PaperDex instead of Kyoto Swap. And we're very happy with what our friends here at CryptoLink have been building. I've been working closely with them for some time now as a, consultant slash, idea, whatever. So we really like what they're building with PaperDex, and so we feel that it would be in the best interest to make it so our token is accessible from any network, and that would be accomplished with PaperDex. It'll also make things a lot easier for people to buy and sell our token, and when we migrate to PaperDex after it's released, we will be able to, we're considering the strong possibility of changing our pairing to BNB, because at that time it should be at the foot of the mountain of the bull market, and so, presents unique opportunities, and as our ecosystem grows, it would add additional TVL to PaperDex, and we are looking forward to that a lot.
Perfect. Beautifully said. And yeah, we're super excited as well. So yeah, we already have a good friend of ours wants to get on PaperDex. So it's a great start, everybody, I would say. And we're just really excited about PaperDex. We worked a lot on the branding and then ended up falling back on just the paper logo because it doesn't get much better than that these days. And we wanted to keep the traditional, CryptoLink blue, and we're going to roll with that. So we don't have any mock-ups on design yet. Well, we do, but you're not allowed to see them because they're in like V, -3 stage here. So it's going to change a lot, but we are working hard on what it's going to look like and what the UI is going to feel like as well. So
before we move on from PaperDex,
go ahead.
Before we move on from PaperDex, I just want to toss out there, For those who don't know, my consultation firm works with a lot of projects. So, as PaperDex is getting closer to launch, we're definitely going to be, through my consultation firm, recommending to all the protocols that we work with that they should consider launching on PaperDex, because one of the features, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, Atlas, but
Yeah, go for it.
one of the features is that when you are creating your liquidity on PaperDex, you get to select which side you're taking the taxes out of, whether it's your native token, which is what most decentralized exchanges only have as an option, or if you want to take it out from what you're paired to. So this is something that DeFi has needed for quite some time now, and having that functionality in addition to being cross-chain enabled, it's going to make PaperDex an incredibly attractive option for any protocol, especially ones that have taxes built into their project. But yes, okay, I'm done now. You can move on.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and yeah, well said, brother. Well said. Yeah, I think that's all. Is that all you had over there for Ober and Cyril? All right, perfect. Well, you always have more alpha than that. I just never know what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say right now. So
that's what I know I'm allowed to say. So yes, that'll be all for now.
Perfect.
There's always a wealth of alpha when Cyril and Atlas are on stage. So or if Atlas is in general chat, there's a lot of alpha that's always being dropped there. So
yeah,
talk
No
to both
doubt.
of these guys, and you will hear alpha all day long, which is awesome because that is where we're going.
And I think Kyle from Pantheon's in here. Is he not? Is that him down there? Yeah, there he is. Bring him on up. So next person we're going to bring up is, I think it's Kyle from Pantheon, right? That we switched out. We did a last minute substitution, if I read the DMs correctly. But he's going to come on up and he's going to chat a little bit about what they're doing over at Zeus Finance and the Pantheon. Zeus is our QA partner, so Cletus can probably talk a little bit about what that means and what we've been doing with the Pantheon, because he's been working closely with that, being our ops guy. So Cletus, you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing with those guys while we bring him on up here?
Sure. Yeah, let's get him up on here on stage. That's Eurus. Aros? Is that his name in here? Or he's
I know
raising
him
his
by
hand.
his government first name just because we work with them. But
Yeah.
Urus, maybe.
Yeah, come up here on stage. But yeah, to hop on into it, CryptoLink, we have been working very closely with the guys at Pantheon or Zeus Finance, where Pantheon is their newest product, and it's being launched. I believe today is their ICO. I think it's going on right now, where they are a QA service. So similar to how if you're a developer and you're launching contracts, those contracts need to be audited. Well, if contracts are good, awesome. But what about the team? If the team is falling behind on some things, if the team can't function, can't do biz dev, or is struggling in some ways, there needs to be a quality management system where that team can go ahead and follow. So in different types of automation industries, this could be like an ISO 9000 type standard, where the team follows a strict kind of overall pathway for how they acquire new projects, for how they deal with different clients that come on in to analyze risk. And we've been working with them for the past several weeks, probably around a month and a half now at this point, and it's been a fantastic experience so far. Been talking with his username is Fly. He's absolutely fantastic, and I think that they're going to be automating even that service here. But I don't want to take too much out of what you guys are doing, so I'll give you the floor, Aris, and you can speak a little bit more about the Pantheon and all the great things that you're doing there.
Hey,
It's yours, man.
all right, awesome, thank you. So, just for everyone that doesn't know me, I'm known as Oris. Within the Zeus Finance community, I'm known as Helios, but my real name's Kyle because we are doxxed at the Pantheon. just really thankful to have us on here. We've been working with you guys for some time now, and what you're building is fantastic. And I think it's really needed. So I'm just happy to have you guys. We're really happy to have you guys as part of the community, just like us and whatnot, and just all of our partners. But yeah, so for anyone that does not know us, we are basically creating the Web3 standards for transparency. Very similar. I mean, it was a pretty good analogy. Basically, we have audits for smart contracts, but right now the teams are behind the smart contracts. So what we're doing at the Pantheon is we're coming in and providing essentially what QA is quality assurance for those teams. And so it's basically actually based on the ISO, which is the Organization of International Standards, their AS 9100 ISO standard. So we just basically created a foundation for quality assurance for Web3. Now, normally it's used for a lot of like technical things, NASA, engineering. A lot of the standards are for technical things. So we said, let's add that into crypto, because right now the space is entirely open and we are sick of rugs. Really what we're here to do is we're being proactive in regards to stopping rugs, because we're providing the quality that the teams need, as well as the transparency to make to have a window basically into their business frameworks, and then we're helping them develop that out. And so really our framework serves as the bedrock for accrediting and enhancing the operations of these different organizations within Web3. So really what we're doing is, with all that data, so we're running through the quality assurance, basically a manual for these organizations. As we acquire all this data, we're actually also building out a do your own research dashboard named Ensemble. That's going to be accessed as well through our PAN token. It's basically, the PAN token is going to be used as both our governance token to help build out the Web3 framework for quality assurance, as well as essentially a gatekeeping token to access Ensemble, this DYOR dashboard. So really our mission here at the Pantheon is to provide businesses and organizations within our industry with a clear set of guidelines and requirements promoting our transparency that we want, the quality assurance, and self-regulation. And I think that's one of the biggest thing here is the decentralized self-regulation, right? We work with teams at their pace. Obviously, we don't want them to take, 3 years to do this, but it's always at their pace, on top of the fact that we are decentralized in our creation of the actual processes, right? So with the PAN token, once we release this, which is today, is actually the pre-sale for the ICO, last 2 weeks. But once the tokens actually launch, we're going to be creating essentially proposals through Snapshot. And then we have, deeper than that, the second layer is actually within our dApp, we will have a voting mechanism, which is a lot deeper than just the Snapshot. So yeah, I mean, realistically, the ICO is starting today, last 2 weeks. It starts at 7.5 cents. The next phase is the second phase, which is at 10 cents. And then the third phase is at 12.5 cents. And then July 28th, all phases are 2 weeks. And then on July 28th, we're going to be releasing the token on the DEX. We're going to be choosing Camelot on Arbitrum, since it's an Arbitrum token. But it is built omni-chain, just to add that in. But we're going to launch on Arbitrum, and it's going to be listed at 25 cents at the DEX. So yeah, the token just released today, the ICO, and yeah, I think that's generally covers it. I have no problem answering some questions in regards to like, how does it work? What is the process? We're doing business to business, and with Ensemble, it's business to consumer. So essentially, we're tackling multiple angles for this transparency accreditation. And then on top of that, once the companies go through their quality assurance guidelines, manuals, generally it might take 6 weeks, 3 months, depends, they actually receive an Aegis NFT, which is their proof of transparency, which is essentially also going to be labeled as a symbol on our Ensemble for all the accredited businesses. So really, like I said, it's just, we're building a one-stop shop for transparency and ethical research, I think, and ethical behavior within Web3.
Awesome. Yeah, and to attest to the program in general, it's been a great program that we've been going through. It's really helped us a lot as a project to get our flow, our quality flow in place. It's been just overall fantastic. And it's definitely something that's very, very much needed in this space where if another project has been vetted through this QA program, CryptoLink or any other project who has also gone through this or knows about it should definitely want to work with a project that has gone through this program, because they are adhering to a certain set of standards that just makes the overall space more professional and better as a whole. Now, we got a question that came in from one of our bridge miners, Lamp. He says, "Why do I want your token, and what can I do with it? Is there some type of governance or earning or what?"
Yeah, for sure. So the PAN token specifically, we did not want to really get involved with any profit sharing specifically for this one. That's what we have Zeus, our token Zeus, or Zeus token for. This is essentially just a product built under our entire protocol. So what the PAN token specifically does is governance. Its main goal is to essentially help us create the entire framework for Web3. These are organizational standards to go throughout all of crypto, right? No, we are not the law. No, we are not creating regulations. But what we are doing is creating the framework for an ethical foundation for all transactions. So PAN specifically, that token is used for governance proposals and governance. And so, like I mentioned earlier, we're not really just about the snapshot governance, right? What we're actually going to be doing is taking PAN, where you'll stake it for a stake position NFT, very similar to what Camelot does in the VE33 mechanisms. And then that SP NFT will hold a weight based on how much PAN is staked. On top of that, the SP NFT will be serving as the gatekeeping to access our ensemble, which is the do your own research dashboard. And that's going to have access to a ton of data, obviously, all in one spot, so that you don't need to travel to 5 or 7 or 10 different websites to get all of your information. So we're going to be integrating like DeFi Llama for a lot of the data and numbers. And then we have our own team that's going to be doing a lot of the overviews, building out the actual information that you'd want to read for copy reasons. And so, yeah, that's exactly what the token will be doing. So it's 1, governance, 2, gatekeeping for our ensemble, do your own research dashboard. And then we actually have another service that we're building out as well. Right now it's just redacted. We're not really talking about it because it's another it's not first to market, but it's something that I think works hand in hand with our services that we're building, and it's a perfect addition to what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, the PAN token is going to be used really for just the entire ecosystem other than actual revenue share.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, thanks for coming up here on stage and sharing that. What we're very excited to be working with you guys, and we encourage any other projects out there to go ahead and contact you guys for your QA program there, because it's definitely something that's very, very much needed in the space.
Yeah, I think it's just yeah, no problem. I think it's just like we want this community that's all integrated and like trustworthy, right? Like we're like with you guys, with Goss, like we're all with we're all building this community that's trustworthy. And I think just over time, it's just going to build out slowly. And then all of a sudden we will actually have a trustworthy marketplace for crypto. Because right now it's just still a wild west of rugs and fraudulence, you'd say.
Absolutely. Perfect. Okay, awesome. I think from here we can probably go ahead and pivot to Wally. Is there one more brand reveal that we wanted to showcase here today?
No, we just had 2 for today.
You had 2 for today? Oh, okay.
Yep,
I know that there's
2 for today.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't actually. I don't think we've actually agreed upon a couple things for some the two other ones. We have to talk about that a little bit more, but we have it in the presentation as nondescript. So I think we should definitely show. Let's get into that business model slide. I think sooner than later. Atlas kind of dropped the alpha that we have a slide to explain all of this. So
I'm sharing it right now. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. Love these animations here, by the way. Here,
welcome to the insane web that is our business model. So, Cletus, I'll pass it off to you to kind of get into the specifics if you want to talk anything specific. But generally, from an animation perspective, I know it looks like chaos, but that's why it's animated. That's why we have arrows pointing in certain directions. So follow the arrows, and essentially what this shows is it's finally we have a visual. And the reason it took us so long, I guess I should preface with this, is that this was a structure that was not easy to visualize ourselves. We knew what we had to offer, and it took time. It kind of relates back to the whole branding issue I talked about earlier, which is we didn't have an identity before. We were too many things at once. And we had some really great friends tell us that a long time ago, but shout out to Cardinal. However, we didn't want to skimp on any of the tech. So what we decided to do was build out these brands to make the business model make sense. So when we're pitching it to users, clients, or whoever one day, they're going to want to see what the flow of money looks like. So in general, this is the flow of money or volume through CryptoLink. You have two different massive portions here where the volume starts, our users at the very bottom there, and in the B2B corner there at the about middle right. So those two dots are where the volume starts. B2B would be clients of ours, and B2C would be just users using any-to-any swap, and then it follows this track of where the money goes and how we make money as a project, and then how the rewards are divvied up. Cletus, I don't know if you want to explain maybe some of the nuances of like widget deployment and TBAS and things like that, and how that kind of fits in there. Maybe that'll make a little bit more sense.
I think you did a pretty good job, but yeah, so I'll go over it again in a different way. So starting with B2B, our B2B offerings or that we're working with other projects to install TBAS, or for them to be able to utilize TBAS for cross-chain NFTs, tokens, any other type of communication services that they would like from chain to chain. We can do that. That is ready. So if any project wants that, awesome, we can do it. That's one of our offerings here. And then that B2B also goes to widget deployment, because if we're going to be contacting other projects and say, hey, well, awesome, we have this cross-chain widget that you can now install on your site, just to drop in one pager, where this swap widget will then allow other projects to be able to create revenue for themselves. But that will also drive B2C volume, because they have their own users, they have their own community. So their own community can tap into the CryptoLink technology without even knowing that it's CryptoLink even, because our V2 widget can be completely white labelable, and they can put their branding on it. Awesome. There's going to be a lot of cross-chain dexes springing up here and there, and they're going to be CryptoLink cross-chain dexes or cross-chain widgets. But maybe some project wants to add their own shebang to it. Cool, whatever. At CryptoLink, we care about bettering the overall space, and for us, as you can follow this up here, it routes through any to any, and that gives us volume. So the more volume we get, we can collect fees based on that, and then that goes to our rewards pool, which then funnels that to our bridge validators, our LP holders. So for paper, for ink, going to the widget. So whoever's deploying that widget gets a certain percentage, 5% from that. And also any referrals that we have, which is something else that we're actually going to hold off on talking about the referrals here for today. But once that widget is live, I'll drop a little bit of alpha here. There's going to be an additional incentive for our community members or any other type of community member from other projects that would benefit from getting even additional widget deployments. So there's ways for this to work, and for it to work very, very well, where other projects can help themselves by utilizing this, and other community members can also benefit from it by signing up other projects. So we're going to get into this in a future announcement, but this is also part of our ecosystem that is being built out. There's so many ways here that it all cycles in. You could call it, as I don't want to call it this, but this is a buzzword in the community. It's a flywheel of liquidity. If you want to throw that in there, sure, you can do that. But it all is based on real yield. So that is also a fancy buzzword that you see a lot of people using. But because it is real yield in the sense that all these rewards that are being sent out are in blockchain native gas coins. So you don't get a paper token or an ink token that's printed and sent to you. Nope. You get the real blockchain native gas coin for whatever chain that you're on. So I think that sums it up pretty well. Wally or Atlas, if you wanted to say any other words on this slide. If not, then we can move on to the roadmap and Atlas can take that one away.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything on this slide specifically. The only thing I would say is that if you do want access to these presentations, like I said, we have presentations built out for CryptoLink. We have a new, and these are all new presentations. These are like the ones you're looking at now, very nicely done up, a little bit more professional, a little bit more cleaned up than our last go around from last fall. So brand new presentations, they're broken up. So we have a general CryptoLink one. We have an any-to-any specific one. We're building it a specific PaperDex one, and then we also have a bridge validator presentation as well. So we have 4 major presentations. We'll have some more as well when TBAS and widget projects, names, brands become a reality. But if you do want those, we moved them online. Reason we did that, guys, is because it gives us incredible analytics on this platform that we're using now, so we can see what people are interested in. Just sending out blind presentations or slide decks, you only get what the person on the other end wants you to know. So what we wanted to do is find some system to where we can get some data back and to find out what people are looking at the most and what they're interested in the most. So I apologize ahead of time for the inconvenience that it does need to be emailed to you if you want them, but I promise you they're really cool. They're all animated. They're very clean. And they get the point across. So if you just want to shoot us a ticket with an email of your choosing, it doesn't matter. Make it a burner email. I don't care. But that's how we got to do it. We got to send it via email. Just wanted to throw that little tidbit in there, and then Cletus, take it away. Perfect. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hand this off to Atlas. This is our competitive fees. Everyone. Oh, I guess I'll go through this. So for those of you guys who are not aware, the bridge fee is 0.5% with a minimum of 25 cents. This minimum fee is very, very low for the overall space. Like I was saying before in the beginning of this town hall, a lot of other projects will hide their high fees in the bridge fee for min fees. I can think of a few projects right now that will charge you $5 and $7 for a minimum fee to make it go a little bit faster. It's not something that we want to do. We want to keep this as cheap as possible for everyone to be able to use it, to be able to instantly send transactions from chain to chain. This is how it's going to work for our any-to-any swap, or just for us to do cross-chain swaps, where you start off with Matic, it bridges it or it swaps it for paper. Paper is then bridged across paper to, in this case, Ethereum, and then paper is then swapped again for the ETH token. And as a percentage of the revenue given as rewards, 20% goes to bridge miners, or we're rebranding it to bridge validators just to make it very easy. Paper, native LP, ink native LP, widgets and referrals. These rewards are based on current market conditions and can change. They can scale up, scale really any way for this. So if someone's getting a 5,000% APR in its trading pools, we won't want to do that. We want to make everything very sustainable. But this is our model here that we're going off of, and it's going to be great because if you provide liquidity, if you're a bridge validator, you earn a percentage share of all cross-chain volume that's going through all of these widgets here that we were talking about before. So if there's a widget deployment and you're supplying liquidity, congratulations, you're also getting that swap volume through that liquidity pool for all of our swaps. So now I believe it is on to the roadmap slide. Atlas, I will finally go ahead and pass this one off to you to discuss our roadmap going forward.
You might need to leave and come back because we can't hear you. Okay. Here we go.
It's good that he can at least hear us when that happens. So it's like
Yeah, that is nice. Go ahead and invite him up here on stage. All right.
Great. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So like I said earlier, what we built here is the core primitives to really bring out the vision of breaking down all the barriers. So this roadmap is kind of extending now that we are now deploying these core primitives. It's kind of showing you a little more about where we're trying to go. So the V2 enables all the integrations, the speed, everything, any to any, the widgets like Cletus and Wally just mentioned, really gets this technology out and used, builds volume, allows easy integration with projects to do cross-chain without thinking about cross-chain. And then the V3 deployment, which has been done already, it's very close to release. So this is kind of where we then get to build off all of the new things. But the V3 really brings about that full decentralization, which is very unique for this type of bridge infrastructure. And we're really excited about that. So once we have all of that decentralization, all of that speed, the costs are very effective. We can then build things such as the DEX, like we alluded to. I won't go again into too much detail. I know Cyril dropped a couple alpha hints about some features of what it can do, but it's really geared to, again, breaking down barriers between chains. It's all about making things easier in DeFi and allowing more access to people to become a part themselves. We also have more additions with running our own DEX and running cross-chain, where we can start adding new types of DeFi trading opportunities that previously were not possible with the legacy technology. So we're really able to utilize what we built, not only offer it to others, but use it ourselves. And then later on, after we have all of these working parts, the next kind of evolution would be then our own paper supernet that then ties in all of the chains even closer. It would allow higher throughput, higher communication, data syncing between chains. I mean, it really is kind of where we want to get to. And again, all in the goal of breaking down the barriers of the chains. So, yeah, I'm really excited to where we can go. And yeah, that's all I have for you.
Perfect. Well, I think that's that pretty much sums everything up. I know we've been going for an hour and a half now, just based on some of those technical difficulties that we had earlier in the Twitter space, but we're able to get through the town hall here in Discord. So thanks again, you guys, for making that switch to come on over to Discord. I don't have anything else. Wally, if you have anything else, or if anyone has any questions, we would love to take questions now. And yeah, we can open it up to questions before we go ahead and close on out.
Yeah,
So,
while people are asking questions, quick thing to reiterate, if you were here and you didn't send me your wallet for raffle tickets, please do that if you want some. I'm going to send out another round to everybody for following the accounts, and then I'm going to actually go through and nitpick everybody who retweeted the pinned tweets on both accounts. This is going to take me a second after the Discord thing, but I'm going to actually go through and find out who retweeted it and send I'll send 5 to every person that retweets both of them. How about that? So everybody gets 5 if you actually retweet. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm doing it. I got the go ahead from Atlas. I'm allowed to give them away. So hey, I'll give them away, but you get 5 for a retweet. That's the deal. Send me, and actually, if you want to, do me a favor, since I'm going to give you 5 for a retweet, send me a screenshot that you retweeted both the PaperDex pinned tweet and the any-to-any pinned tweet as well. If you do those 2 things, I'll send you 5 raffle tickets. I'm going to send out another round. And then the other thing I just wanted to say real quick is we got 26 people here, 26 of our most diehard supporters, friends, partners in the space. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, this has been a wombat of a year for all of us. If we go back to like this time last year, this was about when the whole damn thing was coming down on everybody. So I want to say honestly, thank you for sticking with us through the ups, the downs. We've had plenty of them, and especially with what happened obviously a couple months ago now. So seriously, I appreciate all of you more than you could ever know, and your support is truly appreciated here on the team, and we love you guys, and we wouldn't be here without you. So the support and the organic growth that we've gotten from this community is in my opinion second to none. So let's keep it up, and we got these 2 new brands to push, and honestly, it's only up from here. I mean, we have the sky to go with what we've launched and the brands we're launching and the ideas that are coming out of this. So that's my soppy thank you to all of you guys. You don't get that very much from me, but I do appreciate every single person in this room. With that, do we have some fun questions coming in here? Looks like AJB&T, when is this thing going to be up and running? That is when I look over at Atlas and sheepishly walk away because I don't want to get shot.
So that depends on what do you mean up and running. So our Bridge V1 is up and running. It's been for about a year and a half. So you can spam Wally and he'll give you some paper if you've never tried it before. That goes for anybody. If you want to try the bridge, we'll give you some paper to try it out yourself if you haven't before. Version 2 has been launched. It's now being integrated into our main widget partner, RBX. That is in a matter of days. So they already have done the major integration. It's now just exposing it on the front end, and they're doing a little bit more testing on their end. The staking pools are live, so that's already here. We launched a whole bunch of little gamifications, and that's more for community engagement and also promotion when we onboard other projects and things to kind of help the community growth, and again breaking down barriers not only between chains but projects as well. Yeah, I mean we're pretty up and running.
All right, we have another question. Any reason to hold ink anymore? Why not just swap for paper and LP for 10% instead of 5%?
Well, there's a lot of reasons to hold ink, but if you want to sell it, please do. I'll just say, ink is something that isn't going away. CCC NFTs need to be activated with that. We have the one-way warping around. It is 5%, but there is less supply of that ink, and that ink, as it goes to a new chain, it's severely less supply than the paper on the chain. So yeah, there's different mechanics with ink. It isn't like a paper token for sure, and it was never meant to be. So might be for you, might not be.
Yeah, and to expand on that a little bit, for every chain that we go to, there's going to be, and I think that we've announced this, maybe not, but there's going to be an ink warp where ink can be bridged from any other chain to that new chain for a predetermined amount of time, where that will then decrease the ink supply on all of the other existing chains. And really just kind of spread that out. So ink has a lower supply overall on average on all chains, and that will still be earning that 5%. So if there's only we spread out to many different chains, maybe there's only 1,000 ink on a chain. Congratulations to whoever has 1,000 ink, because cool, you have, and if you're the only person there, you earn that entire 5%. So there's many different ways to play it as well. Paper, of course, is our main bridging utility token, and paper is what makes all this happen. But ink is definitely still part of our ecosystem. It's used to activate those CCC NFTs. It's here. It's not going away. We are a two token project that has that ecosystem built in with paper and ink. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Lamp says ink goes up with paper. Cough, cough.
Don't give away all the
Lamp.
secrets.
Yes. Ink is inherently tied to paper because of the our own LP pools where those are LP together. Ink Fanatic says, as we get more publicity, people will be buying ink to activate their CCC NFTs. Yep, absolutely. And those CCC NFTs will provide those free swaps if you stack them up to 100%. That's still there. That's not going anywhere. For our V3, those are going to be activated, and those CCC NFTs will be able to be bridged around from chain to chain. So if you have one on Binance or have one on Polygon, but want to have free bridging on Goss, for example, or on Arbitrum, Ethereum, wherever, cool, awesome, you can bridge your CCC NFT over onto that chain. So that's still there. That utility is there, and it always has been for those NFTs. That's going to be released with our V3. And as we continue to onboard new chains, the price of ink will inherently, it may or may not appreciate NFA here, but because it's tied to paper and because projects need to source or bridge miners need to source paper, the ink price will be appreciating. So it gets harder and harder to then activate that CCC NFT with ink. So if you have a lot, congratulations. You can now activate as many as you'd like to. That's inherent utility in ink that's built into it. All right. Any other questions? Let's go ahead and look in general.
I know you always got to like scan all the different channels, yeah?
Yeah, right.
Jesus wants to buy your ink OTC.
Okay. It doesn't look like any other questions are rolling in. So
did we cover Jesus's last question in general?
Oh, no, we did not.
Tickets just now, so I don't know if we talked about that. Do we have an answer? I don't want to answer that without and get shot later. So.
Okay, so Jesus says, will there be a one-way ink bridge to ETH as well? And I can go ahead and answer that. And the answer is yes. When we expand to new chains, the ink warp will be able to be extended to that new chain that we expand to. So yes, there can be ink on ETH. There can be ink on Arbitrum. There can be ink on any chain that we go ahead and expand to. So yes. Because I know where my ink is going. Goss and ETH. Oh yeah.
Perfect. Well, it looks like we wrapped it up pretty finely here. Cleet. That was a long one, but it was a fun one. So I hope everybody enjoyed all of the alpha. I hope you guys enjoy the new brands and enjoy having something new to push out to the public. So feel free to run with any to any in paper decks and put it out there, man. That's all we can ask for right now, and we got a lot. I mean, more exciting things coming in the future, and yeah. I mean, this has been great. For everybody, I'm caught up on raffle tickets. Other than those of you who has sent me the screenshots, I am just waiting a second on that, and then I'll send those over. But I do have those queued up and ready. So make sure you send me your screenshots of the retweets if you have those, because you got 5 raffle tickets sitting here waiting for you if that's the case. So with that, Cleet, you all good?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Jay Hope has a good question. When will rewards start, and is it paid out daily? Where do we have this information? I believe it is updated in the Git book. in our white paper documentation. The LP staking, so the ink staking and the paper staking pools, they work on a 1 week period. So rewards that are added during that week are paid at the end of that period for that week. You have to be staked for 1 full period in order to get rewards. And that's in order to prevent people from cheating, like buying up a bunch at the last second, staking, getting a huge share of the rewards, withdrawing. So that's how it works. You get the rewards every week for that entire week. For the miners are staking to a different contract to reserve the miner slots. So as you're waiting for your V3 mainnet miner to come online, you'll still be getting the rewards. So for you, it's really no different. You'll still keep your testnet miner running as you are right now. But you'll be getting those rewards real time as a bridge miner. And for anybody out there that has a fractional bridge miner NFT from any project that's running a miner, that should also answer your question. Your miner will be getting those rewards with V2 in real time.
Yeah, that was a great explanation.
Yeah, and Scott, how do we differ from layer 0, that sort of thing? Yeah, we have a ton of information. Actually, if you want to go in depth, we can definitely drop you even more information. But we use a multi-layered, multiple pools of validators of different types. So a pool ran by the project, a pool ran by industry insiders, a pool ran by projects, a pool ran by chains, and a pool ran by proof of stake pool ran by community miners. And that proof of stake pool, I think, is the most important one, as that provides the 100% decentralized aspect to it through proof of stake. The other pools just add an additional layer of security, as in order for a transaction to go through, all layers must pass successfully. Any one layer saying no will stop that transaction. We also differ in speed. Our speed is at the blockchain finality speed. We didn't make a brand new chain to act as an intermediary like some projects do, or have some sort of offline batch aggregation. We run at the speed of the chains. And another very unique thing is we're not VC funded. We didn't do an ICO or a token sale or accept VC funds, so we don't have all of that overhead that we now have to charge insane prices just to break even. We can kind of pass along that to the community, and yeah. So I think we have a lot of strong points going into here. It's perfect time to build still yet, and I think we are very unique, and we'll definitely do our best to carve out our niche. I think that's all we have. Oh, what day is it? Honestly, J Harp, it's written into the contract. I have to look that up. It's based on whenever they were launched. So it's 7 days from when it was launched. We'll have those details.
Says, do we have any dates?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Those are the questions that get Wally shot. Lamp, calm down.
Yeah. We're right now we're just waiting on that the RBX integration. We've had several meetings with them this past week, and it's on the really on the cusp there for being released. So I mean, it's in terms of days now.
Yeah. For the RBX integration, yeah, we're just we were actually hoping to release that today, but it didn't quite work out.
But with that, as soon as that is on, we will absolutely let everybody know. We'll scream it from the rooftops. and you'll see a lot more volume into those pools, because not only is it everyone that we've signed up with through the RBX widget from the past few weeks, it's also all of their clients as well. They're working with people for cross-chain ICOs who will then be routing through our bridge and through paper. So there's a lot more in the pipeline that's coming, and really the moment that gets switched on, I mean, we're going to see some explosive action there. Last question: will Pumpkin ever return? Yeah, so Pumpkin, she's always here, really. All you gotta do is just ping her in general, and she's on Discord a lot. So yeah, if you want to have a conversation with her, absolutely, just at her in our general chat. She'll go and look and see it, and respond back to you. And from a consulting standpoint, she's listed as a trusted advisor. So any advising that we want to go to her for, yeah, absolutely. You know, we maintain great relationship with her, and no, she's fantastic. So if you want to talk to her, yeah, go ahead and at her in general. Okay, let's comb through the general chat. For the paper recovery plan from that the incident last month or a month and a half ago. Yep, that's gonna be coming here shortly. Don't worry about that. That will be out very, very soon. That next kind of phase in that will probably be around 10%. The first one we did was 30, so it's going to be on a monthly basis. So about 10% of that initial amount will be sent within the next few days. So that's just being staged and ready to go. Good question. Awesome. Okay, sweet. Now, do we have any other last minute questions before we close up? You can ask it in general. You can ask in the AMA stage, chat, ask anywhere. Looks like Lamp is typing. And Ink Fanatic, okay. Let's do a contest in the longest must.
Oh, we forgot to announce something. There was so much
Did we?
freaking alpha that we did forget to announce something. It's not something super major, and that was probably the other brand you were talking about. And I
Yeah,
my mind. Yeah, we don't have to release the brand quite yet. We can do that next week once I get all of that ironed out. But I guess to the audience, we are going to be sort of moving our weekly. We're going to start doing weekly updates and kind of written content for you guys and sort of like an announcement, but we're going to do it in newsletter form. So we're going to start our own newsletter. We're going to use it as our weekly CryptoLink announcements about our partners and anything that they're doing. So you can just kind of keep up to date with whatever Goss is doing, whatever Cardinal's doing, whatever Zeus is doing, or the Pantheon. Cyril, any of those guys will cover their stuff in there as well. And then just kind of, a couple sections of maybe some brief general crypto stuff. And when I can get Atlas to have some time, I'd love to have a dev talk section in there as well. So that's something we're going to be building out over the next week. That's going to come pretty soon. It's already being built out, so keep your eye out for that. We do have a name for it. We don't need to release it yet. We'll let that be a fun little thing we can talk about next week. But yeah, just be aware that we are going to be transitioning a little bit away from not completely away from Discord. We're never going to be out of here, and we're always going to drop announcements here, and the newsletter is always going to be posted in our announcements channel. But we do want to get more to a bit more of a formal announcement system, try to get through a newsletter so we can kind of reach a little bit larger of an audience outside Discord that wants to keep up with what CryptoLink's doing. So just a heads up on that so it doesn't blindside you when we're like, hey, any CryptoLink announcements are in the newsletter. We'll always be posting links to the newsletter and things like that, but that's where we're going to post most of our major announcements from here on out. You don't have a link right now to go to. Don't worry about that. I'll send out the link early next week once the sign up page is ready to go. And I'm going to shoot for first edition of that. It's going to be weekly. Today's Friday the 2nd, so we'll probably shoot for Saturday 3rd, 4th, 5th. We'll go with like Monday the 12th. I would like to have the first edition out by. So hold me to it. How about that? Hold me to it so I get it done. But we're going to do that. That's what we're transitioning to. That was the last thing I wanted to get out there.
Awesome. See if anyone else is typing here, and if not, then we'll close it up and let you guys have the rest of your Fridays. Let's see. Okay, we're good in general. Look at the chat. Lamp says sounds super. It does sound pretty super. Sounds fantastic. Okay, I think we're good. Wally, you want to go ahead and close us on out?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, thank you all for being here. It's been a long one, but jam-packed with info and fun stuff. So we didn't bore you. I hope you're excited. Looks like Gary's hype in chat, which I like to see that. But stay tuned. A lot of things are going to be happening very quickly over here. So while it has been fairly dormant over the last couple weeks and months, prepare for things to really start ramping up. So this would be the time to start telling your friends, start telling your friends about CryptoLink again. Tell everybody get the Any page out there, get the PaperDex page out there. Things are going to start ramping up very, very quickly. Next major update, I guess you can anticipate is the launch of the newsletter. So keep an eye out for that. I'll drop the brand of the newsletter in. We'll shoot with Monday, a week before the first edition, and give everyone a week to sign up via the email link. So look for that on Monday. We'll be getting that out. And other than that, just do keep a close eye because things are moving quickly and it's no longer dormant time. That's why we did this big town hall. Last time we did an official quote unquote town hall was Cletus, I think, our first brand reveal for CryptoLink back in maybe we did one in November or something. But it's been a while since we did town hall. So this was kind of our little wake up call to everybody that, hey, things are going to start going pretty quickly here. So now's the time for the organic growth. Now's the time to push it out there. We are ready for eyes to be on us at this point. So let's do it. Let's get it out there. Let's do it as a community. And we should all, be able to get some benefit out of it. So that's what I got for you guys. I appreciate you again, like more than any of you could ever know, for sticking with us through thick and thin. This thing's here and it's ready to get going. So let's do it. That's all I got for you guys, and I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy some time in the sun, touch some grass, and we'll be back here